Hello, and welcome to a calm and relaxing Donkey Kong race. I'm the voice of Dog. How are you guys?
I'm KillerEmcee.
I'm FutureFriend.
Thank you for joining me in this race. This is happening because I did something wrong and I screwed up something, so I have to inconvenience everybody.
We have here a reconstruction of archival footage of what is known on record, referred to as YouTube LP video 268X-Y, believed to have been referred to by the natives at the time as Donkey Kong Country Race World 5 2.
Yeah, it's very famous footage here.
Yes.
We're still waiting for
Wait,
Doug's court case here.
Footage? What? I'm actually racing the game. What are you guys doing?
Also, no. We're watching a video, MC. What are you doing?
I gotta get to World 7.
There is no World 7.
There's
There's not a World 7 until the second game.
I
that
have
was
to
dumb
get
of me.
there.
Why did I do that?
Everyone seems to be making pretty smooth progress here.
I don't know how you're supposed to do that double barrel jump when they both have the same pattern. I guess you gotta do it.
Really fast.
It's
Actually,
that the hitbox does not appear until the fire is completely finished emerging. So you have
Yeah.
more time than you think.
also,
I got that, because I mean, like, you need to know that to get through the first part, but there's one part where I just always take the hit on purpose.
Alright, another thing that you can also do is just jump straight to the non-barrel platform from the first barrel.
Now, during this race, I was about 6 minutes in and halfway done when my audio crashed and my recordings both stopped themselves. So...
Oh no, my computer's crashing.
So apparently my other run was pretty good.
I
Now,
guess.
the run was good. The commentary, on the other hand,
Yeah, the commentary was pretty bad because my microphone was extremely loud and
Yeah.
everything I said was clipping.
my commentary wasn't too good either because for some
The
reason I
whole
was...
production was just racked with issues from day one.
Yeah. I just...
During shooting the initial scenes, the weather just would not cooperate. We could only get a couple of minutes of productive time out of each day.
I forgot...
Storms would roll in and kill dozens of migrant workers.
We were only allowed to shoot in the morning and at the evening.
We went through so many fucking key grips, you would not believe.
So many monkeys died to bring us this.
How long it takes to train a monkey to keep a microphone in place?
Hope you guys don't mind. I took some of the frames out of my video, so just take a while to get back into sync here.
What? Oh, so you had problems too?
No, it's just, I just decided to take the frames out. It's okay.
This is where
What happened
KillerEmcee
in
had
this
his
frame?
mental breakdown in the middle of production.
Where's the missing footage?
It's
What did you do with
just
it?
around.
It's just
I
a
don't-
missing reel from this movie.
It's just.
So even now that this is like the director's cut version, and we still don't have all the footage. So
It's
in
lost.
the end, we're really not giving people what they want.
Diddy Kong...
Eventually, we're going to find, like, an obscure file on a thumb drive in, like, some collector's vault in Algeria.
No. I accidentally gave KillerEmcee's files to Diddy Kong number 4. And I think he destroyed them.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, they're back.
Yeah.
So is that in sync with the game, with your playing? Like, that's not just the video being paused, that's just like some
Oh
missed
no, I
frames
paused it.
that
I
you...
was just fucking with you.
Oh. How am I supposed to know?
KillerEmcee, I can't trust you anymore. You're up the Donkey Kong team.
Alright, I'm just gonna not look at your screen. I'm not gonna fall for your tricks.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
And I really don't like this cave level. It's...
I don't like this
It's- I don't like this entire world, actually.
Yeah.
It's just off.
Like, I think the old Drum Alley especially is fucking awful. As you can see from our
Yeah.
performance.
I like all
No,
of
the
these
worst
stages.
is Poison Pond. I absolutely despise the water levels in this game because your hitbox is always centered in the middle of the screen. There's always like you can get attacked from any direction at any time, and it always happens really quick, and you never have enough time to really react properly. It's just not very fair to the player in a lot of ways.
Yeah, also 6 chimpanzees tried to bring you Poison Ponds.
There was also that. There was
Now
also the production.
Oh, what? Faked out there with the snake going into that. So the effect for Poison Pond, what we did there, that was mostly corn syrup. A whole lot of corn syrup destroyed a lot of people's clothing and just kind of fragmented.
Corn
fell
syrup
off of
and
them,
Mountain Dew.
taking a layer of skin with them in most cases. So we had a lot of people who needed a little bit of like it's sort of a foam that we spray onto them to temporarily seal off all the blood vessels.
Viewers, I recommend you to not swim in Mountain Dew. It is very caustic.
There is a reason it has been banned by 26 members of the United Nations.
Also, we may have accidentally put a bit of acid in there. Honest mistake.
Oh, that was one of the production guys. He's like, I want this real. I don't want it to be realistic.
He was a big fan
We
of
said,
Breaking
no,
Bad.
please
This
don't
is why
put
you
in
do
the
not
acid.
want method actors on your special effects team.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work out. It's not compatible.
But in my other film, we had acid all the time. Yeah, no, John, this is not your other film, okay?
You killed Benny Hartwit, John. You killed Benny Hartwit.
You see, if it comes down to it, we can spend a little extra out of the budget to replace mannequins and sets and models. We cannot replace Nicolas Cage. We only get one.
The good thing is that the swordfish model held up pretty well.
Really, who knew Nicolas Cage was such a good K-Rool?
I mean, you can't even tell that it's actually just a guy in a swordfish suit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody told him that barrel throwing was not a skill to list on your resume. They were wrong.
Yeah.
He was really good at those keg toss games.
Oh, and Sean Bean is, did he? How fantastic he was.
I spoke to Mr. Bean offset, and he said it was the most fulfilling role he's ever had.
First role which he didn't die to.
Now,
Yeah,
keep in mind he
that's
said
true.
that at gunpoint, but I'd like to think the feeling was genuine.
Click. Mr. Bean, how do you feel about this role? I feel very fulfilling.
Oh, that was another problem with production.
I was born to play this role.
The constant life-threatening things done by Doc. 5
We
years
went
from
through
now,
a lot
I'll
of balloons most days on set.
It's really hard to sculpt balloons in the form of DK's face.
Kind of
We managed to
horrifying when
find
you think
this
about it.
one guy down in Little Italy who just had the whole thing down to a science, but then, well, we're not completely
Very
sure what
expensive,
happened.
that service. That was a very expensive part of production, and where really most of our money went to. That and
The balloon
acid.
sculpting the acid, very major slices of the budget.
I don't know why we spent so much money on industrial strength acid. I was not in the. I was not the one doing the budget for this.
I think I was drunk.
Yes, I was also drunk. Oh, and I absolutely despise this this part of Poison Pond. You're just waiting for that fish to shoot across the screen and kill you. The piranhas were very uncooperative during shooting.
To be honest, I was not too happy with the storyboard of Trick Track Track because I personally felt it was a bit boring to watch.
It's very predictable. Like, it's on a track. You know where it's going. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah. But the Hollywood executives love the scene for some reason.
It's just everything that you always hear out of every writer's workshop. You gotta have a conveyor belt.
We like to go past conventions, but sometimes you just
You
have
gotta
to do
make
what the
some
man
concessions
says.
if you want to get that investment. Those sculpted balloons don't pay for themselves.
Yeah.
So it seems that KillerEmcee is hanging on an earlier part of the script here.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You seem to be stuck on Oil Drum Alley.
To be honest, KillerEmcee was asleep for most of our meetings.
Oh, I see.
Fucking falling
Honestly, he
asleep
was
right
largely
now.
involved with the project as part of some manner of tax cheat, as I understand it.
Oh,
Yeah, by the
okay,
time
that's why
this
he was
hits
there.
air,
Okay,
the statute of
okay.
limitations will be gone, so there's nothing to worry about on that front.
I see.
This is all just a front for me and my meth empire.
Whoa, not on camera.
What? Oh, yeah.
No go subject!
Nobody
Just
should know that
tread
you are
lightly, tread
Ivan.
lightly.
Do it. Dog is in the midst of the
I
second
am the one who comes.
second minecart level there.
It's probably the only fun part of this
In
entire
some ways,
world.
it does
That's
feel like
great.
maybe it's supposed to be the first of the two. It has a
We
Yeah.
felt in
It feels
it has
it
a
feels
slower,
easier
more
than the
deliberate
first one.
pace.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the cart feels more natural. Hauling the whole thing around.
Yeah, then lifting the entire thing off. I don't know how they managed to do that in special effects.
I don't know. For the minecart sequence, we did have
Magnets.
somewhat less budget, if I remember correctly. Mostly because the studio didn't like that we did a callback to the minecart sequence. in an
Fortunately
earlier
enough,
movie.
we were able to get the same tunnels to shoot in this particular place. It's in northern Chile.
Here, we were having a lot of production problems on set this day during shooting, but we just decided to roll with it, hence the interesting lighting
Our lighting
decisions we have
director
in this
was
area.
summarily executed for the consequences of that day's shooting.
Oh, yes, no, this is completely unforgivable. He will never work in this business
Very-
again.
Oh no.
Very harsh production laws in Chile.
Absolutely.
Can't light my
If you
scene
look
right.
very
will you
closely,
die.
you can see his blood splattered on some of the frames during Act 4.
Hardworking people as Chilean dictators. Made sure we were all very happy.
Well, look, we have all these bottomless pits. It's just a safety thing, really. We can't afford to lose money on this. I mean, we paid for the services. We expect them to be there, and we expect them to operate properly.
At least the catering was simple. Just bananas.
Just
That's all you need. Bananas.
now, I was actually allergic to potassium, but I'm Manta.
I gotta say, I was a little tired of bananas by the end of production.
It only
Wow.
after filming, it only took me 3 months in the hospital.
There's only so
Bit of a
much you can
visual
do with
error there with
bananas.
that shortcut barrel. Yeah, someone was fired over that. Yeah.
Also, you remember that day where we had all those bees on set? Man, that really sucked.
Well, you work with what you get, so we just put the bees on screen there.
Yeah, you need a lot of handlers when you film with bees.
And here I am grappling with the military-industrial complex here.
Yeah, you see that drum barrel there? That's actually me in a costume.
Oh, that was you. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I single-handedly threw out dangerous crocodiles.
Very good job with it too. You got a
Just so
good
it
was,
wrist for that. For croc throw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of the better
The
effects.
tricky
of
thing,
production.
though, when you work with
Yeah.
the military, of course, you need to have the advisors on hand, which means they have to put in their opinions. Otherwise, you're not allowed to use the actual skull and crossbones, the actual exact form of military grade, steel drums.
Or risky.
Now here's a problem with with our animal training. Those armadillos, very irritating to work with. It hurts to shoot that entire scene and then screw it up at the very end, and just. Sorry about that, future friend. You're gonna have to just do it till we get it.
I know. See, there's a
They
bit.
wanted to do it with CG, but it's like, you know what? Just throw a fucking guy in a barrel.
Sometimes
with some
that's all
dangerous
it takes,
animals.
just
That's all you
practical
got.
Look,
effects.
sometimes we have to go for realism.
It-
We can't always rely on CG these days.
It might surprise you, but the most dangerous animals in that barrel were actually the armadillos, because they would just not stop rolling around.
This scene the
Yeah.
dog is in is shot in front of a green screen. That pile of bananas is a miniature about the size of a human thumbnail.
Very nice macro photography.
Yeah. I am actually somewhat smaller than the thumbnail, so I was the man for this job. Anyway, that was one of the versions we shot, and then we decided to put in a preview for our movie about Mario.
Fuck, I forgot about this. Oh man. Yeah.
We couldn't get to ride, so the court proceedings are still going
Coppola
on.
family have always been very strong patrons of the arts, good supporters of the performing class.
This is a Mario RPG director's cut. Only the director is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I hated that director. Fuck you,
Oh,
KillerEmcee!
What?
I hear he has strange taste in women as well. I hear he has a list
Whole
of
binder.
women that he likes.
Last I heard the story.
Yep. Binders of women.
They're all ordered. They're all in sequential order.
I really don't know why they let the director, whose only previous experience was making anime, direct this.
Well, I mean, Thunderbolt was a very well-received anime. Come on.
Yeah, but come on, his later work, like top 10 hottest Final Fantasy girls, that was just such a disappointment.
Just didn't.
Well, the recession
just
was
wasn't
cruel to us.
feeling that production. It's true. It had everything it needed to succeed. It had blatant misogyny, sexism. I mean, everything it needed to succeed in the video game world, and yet there's just something missing.
Hollywood loved
Perhaps-
it.
Perhaps it was heart. Perhaps that's what was
Thunderbolt,
missing.
though, definitely stood the test of time. Definitely holds up today.
No, yes, that was very good.
Yes.
I enjoyed that very much.
It's probably still one of my top 100 favorite movies.
That is in my top 5,000 list.
What's your number one?
I actually didn't really order it. I just named a bunch of movies that I like.
Oh,
With no detail either. It's just that was a good movie.
just top 500
Yeah.
movies.
Unsorted top 500 list.
Unsorted.
5,000
I find them
movies
more
I watched.
authentic. They're more organic that way.
Sort of a neural
I don't really
network.
like just assigning numbers to things. Yeah.
Boy, Smite is gonna fucking hate this.
The fuck
I
is
don't care.
this?
This is better than what we had at the time.
Yes. Smite, by the way, is our producer. I hate that guy.
Producer, executive producer,
Yeah,
distributor.
he's very hard to work with at times.
Man of many talents. Little patience.
Oh, MC, you did that thing that I almost did.
Yeah.
You threw the barrel and almost killed yourself. Well, no, I actually killed myself in a practice run. Those metal barrels are there pretty much just to trip you up
Those
and
cost
make you kill yourself.
$200,000 each.
Riding on metal barrels was the number one cause of
Had to be
incidents
very
during
careful
production.
about this.
It's ironic because
If you are in the air at all near a barrel, you will probably end up riding it, and wherever it's going to take you, it's going to be trouble.
In the end, it's ironic though, because it took us 2 million to film that scene, and we took it out.
Sometimes you just gotta kill your
Yep.
darlings.
Just a wasted investment. Now we know better.
All right.
I mean, I spent quite a bit shooting in an active volcano. I thought that was
fact
pretty...
here. In the Somalian release of Donkey Kong Country, they accidentally replaced the ending sequence with some Japanese space shooter.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but
Actually, funny about that, this is one of my earlier directorial works.
oh really?
Oh, this is yours.
I filmed this on a budget of 5,000. Only because Ray
5,000
Harryhausen.
what?
You don't want to know. 5,000
5,000 paper airplanes.
Notable for
in fact, this movie
being
was only
the
made
first work, financed
possible.
entirely in Bitcoin.
Yeah. It was only made possible due to the help of legendary Ray Harryhausen. Nephew. Ray Harryhausen, nephew.
They said you couldn't fund a film with bitcoins, but I decided to prove them wrong.
If I can get away with a hit with bitcoins, I can get away with a movie with bitcoins.
I can get away with not killing somebody and pretending to.
But yeah, in the end, it was a very strange movie to make.
Most
but a
days
lovely
we
movie
did
to
have an
make.
assassin on set, just in case.
Yes. You know, we wanted to be
We were
sure.
getting ready to get rid of our producer
just
if
a
we needed to.
We wanted to be sure everyone was working as hard as they could.
Honestly, when you put so much money into something, you can't afford to not kill somebody in your way.
Yeah, look, everybody's done it a few times. After the first one, it gets better.
Every time.
It's just
Worry,
what you
kids,
do
it
in the
gets
movie
better.
industry.
We did it all for the stakeholders.
This game is very strange.
I actually hand-trained 2 dozen penguins to DJ.
Why are you just dropping guys from here?
Parodius?
I don't understand.
It's earliest one of the great works of datist anime.
It's probably way more interesting to watch than Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, a little bit.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of bad at it.
What? Parodius
It's not
is
my
not
fault.
really a hard game, KillerEmcee.
No, I ran out of footage. That's
Oh.
because I was 6 minutes off. So, logically, I should have 6 minutes of empty space at the end.
Loon actually created the Donkey Kong Country splasher screen there.
That was a creative decision, by the way, that 6 minutes of emptiness. I wanted people to stop and reflect on what they
Just
had
Yes.
experience the ambiance
You-
of their environment, sort of a...
Most people just leave the theater, but there's always one or two people that stay and reflect, and I do that for those people.
Those 6 minutes of emptiness is why we call Donkey Kong Country the Sopranos of gorillas.
In the sense that the lead actor is dead.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I made everybody sad.
No, just got people mad.
No, whatever.
Don't stop believing.
And see, I'm sort of not believing your ability to get through these penguins.
I have no idea.
Look at all the power-ups you have, and yet still...
Parodius is
I'll
probably
make it
way
through now.
easier than any Gradius game. How are you this bad at it?
You've never played
I was gonna say,
Parodius.
isn't it like... I know it can't be... It's probably not an easy game, but...
I haven't played Parodius. What are you talking about? I've played all the SNES Parodiuses.
When?
No, I didn't say that you didn't play it.
When did you play them? I don't believe you.
A few years ago.
I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
there.
Some of my favorite shooters, actually.
It's
So,
pretty good.
wait, A Raving Loon, what are you doing right now? Are you
This
getting
is
the...
mostly B-reel footage for, in-betweens later during editing. You're seeing the raw
Oh,
cut
I
here,
see.
So.
Yeah.
This is all stuff for, the alternate angles when you're getting your conversations, your shot, your reverse shot, your...
This scene here is really
This
just for the
particular
film
section is
buffs
done with the
everywhere.
stunt double, Hernandez.
Hernandez, Sean Bean's brother.
Hernandez Cog, please come to the set.
Excellent conversations. Great guy. Love it.
Yeah. It's too bad we had to kill him.
He knew too much.
Well, it's the custom of Chilean filmmaking.
The shoot starts when we break down, it ends in a mass grave.
Yeah.
That's why Chilean filmmaking never really went off the ground.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I think it went off the ground, but just under the ground, if you know what I mean.
Oh, but Loon already finished, so...
Excellent use of
I
militarized
forgot. Very nice little misdirection you had there showing that game over screen when you had already completed.
Yes.
Also, I'm not really sure what's going on in this other film right now. There's Panda. He's dancing.
To be honest,
That must have been a very difficult training session.
Yes,
for that Panda.
I
Wow.
don't. To be honest, I don't really know how I managed to do this all with just $5,000.
Really cheap to make movies in Somalia.
Yeah, well, you
I
go
mean-
to where you have the budget.
I mean, you think it'd be hard to get a panda to dance around with a squawking
You
thing on its head, but
You just have to know.
Apparently not.
Well,
with enough
funny
bamboo.
thing,
With
funny
enough
thing-
bamboo.
the panda actually originally approached me for this role. We were just going to have a guy in this dress running around there, but the panda was like, "No, I have
I
to
was
do this.
born
This
for
will be
this."
my breakthrough."
Hey guys, I'm an actor. Also, I'm Catsworth.
Why are you Catsworth Panda?
I don't know. I just turned into him.
Alright, so you can dance panda, but
Catsworth
can
is
you
the
sing?
third most common form of lycanthropy.
Can I?
It's a real problem. Raise awareness.
Yes, that's one of the reasons we made the Donkey Young Country movie.
Fight for the cure.
You can only cure it with bananas.
After all this, I'm still not sure what our movie is about.
It's about life in a finely
It
sculpted
is a celebration of life.
Have you ever watched 1984? It's a lot like that.
Why? I just realized that your guy is wearing a condom. Now,
I'm not
can you
really
explain
sure.
that decision?
I'm not
I'm
really
gay.
sure
That's
what
a good
that
point,
is.
Don. Can you explain that decision?
I guess we'll never find out. Just some things. Thank you for joining us here on Inside the Monkey Studio.
We're going to get killed. Please help us.
I have no idea if that was good or terrible.